Hey everybody, Asher here with another Hearthstone video. Today we are doing OTK Warrior. That's right, if you can't beat him, eat him, or at least join him. Now this is a deck that is very difficult to play because technically it only has one win condition, which is your Raging Worgen charge combo where you buff it up and you can do enough damage to kill somebody from full life. Some matchups you'll need to do a lot more than that, especially Warrior, anybody that can increase their health pool beyond 30, but you have a lot of things that you need to consider here. This deck is a ton of cycle. Usually you can cycle through pretty much all of your deck, by turn 10 or so. So where is the challenge in this deck? Because obviously you just play until you get the combo, then slam down the combo, right? Not quite. See, the thing is that you have to know your matchups, you have to know your opponents. And the biggest challenge, especially in a metagame like this that has so many people playing such aggro style decks, is that you have to just be able to survive. And then on the other side of the coin, you have pretty much one of the things that makes Raging Worgen style decks so strong, because they've been around for a while, but the thing that makes it so strong is that people aren't necessarily expecting it. And since OTK Warrior has gotten very popular, more people are teching against it, or just know how to identify it or go face, or more people are playing Mage with Ice Block. I don't know why I forgot the card. But yeah, that's one of those things where you just have to deal with the challenge, because some decks, it can't handle this combo even if it gets all the way there. And I've done some decent climbing back, but then in some test games today, it's kind of been a back and forth, and I guess that's the story of ladder this season for me. So we'll see if we can get some wins, at least put it on video, at least show the combo. Let's find out.
Garrosh versus Rexa. Let the hunt begin. Victory or death.
Alright, now versus a lot of classes I wouldn't keep Shield Block, but Hunter is one of the ones where I would. We'll keep Fiery War Axe as well. And this is one of the things where we just have to know, versus some of these hyper aggro decks, how are we going to make this work? One thing that we want to do is to damage ourselves a little bit early so we can get some Battle Rage cycling in, but the big thing is just that we've got to get through our deck in time to get this going. We have to expect from the Hunter every time double Call the Wild, which means we're going to need to be very judicious with our executes. We run 2, but it's likely that you'll need 1 or possibly Commanding Shout to break through some taunts, depending on the style of deck that you're facing. So it'd be wonderful if we could have a board, but considering what we're running, that's not always going to be the case. Alright, so Acolyte of Pain, we actually got a really good low curve to start out with. I wouldn't call it a perfect curve by any stretch, but he did keep 1 card out of his mulligan. I'm betting that's Call the Wild, but it's King's Elec. Is this Yawgin Load? If it's Yawgin Load, we are very favored. It's not Yawgin Load. The reason I say Yawgin Load is very favored is because this deck specifically tries its hardest to stall the game. So if you're playing against an opponent that's already slow, note that video of Cthulhu Reno Lock, which waits till the very late game to kind of grind out Control Warriors, Dragon Warriors, things like that. OTK Warrior just kind of spits at it and says that's funny. Alright, so we have a very good turn 3 answer for this, where we don't need to use our weapon, which is very good because we want to be using our weapon as little as possible. Now we do have some abilities here with Acolyte of Pain. I don't want to play it into Deadly Shot, but when I do play it, I'll probably play an Inner Rage with it. So we do want to go ahead and clear this down as best as possible. Doesn't matter where the ping goes, that's fine. If we had a Battle Rage, or if we top decked a Battle Rage, that could be really good. But the Raging Worgen combo itself, the one that'll do 32 damage, actually only costs it doesn't cost too much. It actually only costs 11 mana. So sometimes you can hit it with the coin. Let's see what we got here. Wild Pyromancer. It's actually going to be really good for cleanup here. And I'm not going to Inner Rage. We'll give him this trade. Thing is that Wild Pyromancer could clean a lot of that stuff up regardless. Alright, so turn 5. Stranglethorn Tiger. Top deck something. No Fiery Bat. Now one of the things we need to look out for with Acolyte of Pain as well is some hunters still like running our good friend the oh, that's actually a good top deck here. Some hunters like running our good friend Mr. what you call it. Wow, I actually can't remember the names of cards lately. I can't talk too much about this right now because I gotta wonder here, how much do I want to greed it up? How much do I care? There's 8 damage on the board right now. Now, I could potentially clear it if I did this commanding shout, coin. You won't get as much Acolyte of Pain there, but I could potentially once again clear both of these. That's not bad. Yeah, we'd use Ichor last there because that'd be 3 spells. Let's do it.
Do you like to play with fire?
Do this last. Go ahead and use coin. Not the most efficient use of mana, but I don't care. Actually, I did that very incorrectly. I should have Ichored first. Oops. That's part of it too, where it's like, I'm not used to roping all the time thinking about turns for so long, so now we're stuck with a slightly worse execute play here. But still not awful. At least we have an execute available.
Let the pain speak to me.
Therissian's okay. Like, we haven't drawn through as much as this deck as I'd like.
Job's done.
Okay, Slam is okay here. So I could have done some of this with better ordering. If I had tried to see my... Ooh, that's going to punish me hard. Oh god, that's really bad. That is really, really bad. And he gets a high main to boot. So second Pyromancer. Let's go ahead and armor up first. I want to try and cycle a little more. Worgen, well, you're not going to let me cycle for very long. I can't use that Inner Rage. I can destroy this. I just hate that I'm not getting a cycle from that, so that's a little bit of a denial. I'm a few cards ahead. That's one of those things where I'm in the uncomfortable situation now of I have Worgen, Charge, Inner Rage. I'm pretty much just searching for a Faceless Manipulator, but there's a second Savannah Highmane. We haven't even gotten into Call of the Wild yet. So pretty much we are on a very, very big clock right now. Here's the thing. I can't really clear everything that's here. I can Therissian. Since I have the Pyromancer in hand, I think it's going to be more valuable to cost reduce that. I mean, we know we're dead in like 2 turns. So there's definitely some earlier game decisions that I could have done just a touch better. Even possibly having a 2-2 on board slightly longer would have made a difference, although I think it... Ooh, brutal. Just brutal. Pretty much getting overrun here unless I draw into the combo right now. So, can drawing a card be a skill? I might be dead anyway. Let's find out. So let's see here. We can charge here. We can't do all the damage. We can't actually do enough damage here. So let's go ahead.
Do you like to play with fire?
I guess we have to rampage this guy. Alright, so now we get bum rushed by Call of the Wild, but it is that or die anyway. It's funny, I won like 5 games in a row with this deck yesterday, and today I'm on the verge of losing 4 games in a row with it. But that, once again, that's kind of the story of my ladder season this season, if you've heard me talk about it before. Ooh. Also, not a card I typically see in Hunter at all. Gross. Alright. We're probably just dead. But that was the thing. The Hunter did a very good job of putting pressure on me and denying my card cycling. And all he needs is kill command to finish the game. And he didn't have it. Or he's BMing. It's not BM. He's just playing out his hand. So maybe I should find another deck because I went down to rank 9, climbed out of it up to rank 7 until a disconnect made me lose a game, and now we're back down here again. Uh-oh.
The light shall bring victory.
Victory or death!
Okay, Priest should be an alright matchup in theory because Priests are generally slow. If it's Dragon Priest, it does run taunts. 2 loot hoarders is very good, especially if I can get them out early because that does play around whatchamacallit. Now I would love to have Fire War Axe here. I got 2 turns to find one. If he gets a card draw off of a heal, whatever, I'd rather be cycling through my deck than not. Since it is Cthulhu, we do have to worry about Twin Emperors, so that could get a little dicey. This would have been a great place to have a weapon, but unfortunately we don't have one. And this is really interesting as well, because I have not seen Cthulhu Priest beyond whatever rank for quite a long time.
Do you hear its call?
Like a very, very, very long time.
Listen closely.
To your fear.
Okay, that's good. Question is, I can't clear this guy all the way. Well, I could slam him. I guess that's alright, because slam coin. Well, it'd have to be coin slam. And this guy goes, this guy goes. This will still be a potential heal card draw. But it helps us live a little longer.
Do you like to play with fire?
I guess this just goes back to I'm not very good at this game. Let's get the priest off board. Maybe a little over aggressive to use the inner rage ping on a Northshire cleric, but in fact it was very aggressive. I kind of want to play this now so that it doesn't get caballed. That's the name of the card I'm looking for.
Mind if I roll knee?
And I could Battle Rage here. I may be able to sneak in a better Battle Rage a little bit later.
Welcome to the exhibit.
Alright, so Emperor. I don't really want to play Emperor. It's pretty much the only Entomb target that I have. That's a decent top deck. War Axe, way too late. We're not going to equip it quite yet, though. So we want to save the Acolyte for when we can actually damage it in some way, shape, or form.
I have no time for games.
Okay. So is it a... I guess one of the questions I always have is it a Cthulhu N'Zoth style here? Unfortunately, there's not a lot of great battle rage antics that I can do.
What now?
But we have 2 combo pieces in hand. So that would mean Raging Worgen in a rage. Alright. We're just gonna go for it. Okay. So no entomb, just cost reducing your own stuff. It's kind of what I was afraid of there, but at this point, how much does it matter that his stuff gets cost reduction? We're going to try and fly through our hand here.
Let the pain speak to me.
Okay, blood's good. One battle rage for 2. I guess I should have battle raged first, but I don't think I would have used the execute on that. I gotta save an execute in case he's playing Ysera, because Ysera may be able to accelerate the end of the game. There's Excavated Evil. That's a card I don't love seeing because it gets stuck in my hand, but so I'm sure he knows it's OTK Warrior by now, which means he knows that his life total doesn't really matter. Getting taunts up is what matters. So I need to save my executes for the taunts. Alright. Excavate Evil is actually not a terrible card to pick up here. So we're on 8 cards. We just don't want to get Cthulhu to death really hard. Okay, Twin Emperor. They're not Death Rattle, at least. Alright. Do we even need to execute here? We probably do. We probably do. This will let us draw just a little more. Drop down another 3 attack here. Don't want to do the 2/2 just because that can make some bad things happen. But I'm 10 cards ahead now, and we got to watch out for Cthulhu here. I've used both my executes, and that's right, second Sylvanas. That's fun. So do we have double Shadow Word Pain? Power Word Shield.
Welcome to the exhibit.
Okay, Acolyte of Pain. So I don't have too many cards left. I have 5 cards. One of them draws cards. We could Cruel Taskmaster and ensure that we get 2 cards. If he's got Cthulhu in hand, I'm probably dead anyway. Because, I mean, the question that I have here is, do I Excavated Evil? Okay, we got the combo for next turn. I think we gotta leave the buffers up for, well, we don't have Inner Rage. That was actually our second activator. Another big oops! Alright. He's controlling the board. We have a 1 in 3 shot of something good happening here. inner rage. That's not inner rage. Well, I guess we do have Excavated Evil. Because that's going to be 3 damage and 3 more damage. And then we can just equip a weapon and hope for the best. Oh. Yeah, this token's going to die anyway.
No problem.
The problem is that I don't have, because I ditched the, because I ditched my other card, I actually lost my way to damage here. So, wow, hello Deathwing Dragon Lord. Oh, thank goodness.
Well played.
Barely made it. What do we say? Drawing cards is a skill, right? So we beat a priest. What else is new, I guess? But that's technically how it works. I'm really resilient and I'm not dropping back to rank 9.
I must protect the wild. Victory or death.
Alright, the rule for any combo deck is that you want to trash all your combo pieces. Man, that was really probably bad of me to try and take a 50-50 on whether I drew in a rage in that last game. It worked out, but it's one of those things where this deck, it's really, I play it very, I think I play it better when I'm not sitting here talking about it instead of talking through my turns, as weird as that sounds. So,
My greeting.
we'll see how this goes. Maybe I just need to get used to doing more one or the other. Alright, so just weapon up. You like having that weapon there for just a tiny bit of extra damage. So we got the ramp. Ramp plan is a good plan. So we have how many combo pieces in hand and absolutely 1 cycle card. So if he is able to ramp up before I can get anything done to increase my hand size, that's one way this deck loses. So Fandral, Innervate, double Innervate, Living Roots. Alright. Well, Fandral's one of those cards we have to kill now. And sometimes when you face Druid, they just get this kind of opening and there's almost nothing you can do. Like, that's where I've seen some people talking about teching in Brawl for this kind of deck. I am actually going to develop the Taskmaster right now. I don't mind taking extra damage here, even though that was a bad play. That's where, once again, if me talking out loud here seems to be not doing so well here. Because I took 2 extra damage that I need not take, and this is a deck that really requires a lot of forethought. Like, you know he has to die, but right now he's able to just populate the board. But let's think about it again. He is able to get Wild Growth out Fandral. He's able to use that tremendously early. And I got almost nothing. Shield block could save me, but I doubt it. Emperor doesn't quite save me. I don't even think I'm going to use my axe yet. I mean, he could, knowing this hand, he probably has like double Savage Roar in hand already, which would just kill me regardless. But yeah, sometimes you get Fandral and it's really good.
I wonder.
Alright. Taking your sweet time making decision. There we go. I mean, you practically got the game in the bag already. Like, if I can't clear this next turn... I think I'm just dead regardless. Yeah, like I'm gonna take 4 damage anyway. Oh well. So here's the deck one more time. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a deck where I've had some good solid off-camera success, but as you've seen from on-camera, it's one where you have to spend more time thinking about your turns than necessarily talking about what's actually going on there. So while there are certainly misplays that I made, and that is one thing to keep in mind when I say this deck's not for the faint of heart, that does mean a misplay you make turn 2 can come back to haunt you turn 13, and it could have actually cost you the game, and there's possibly a few things that happen there. But also remember that this is a deck where you can't just play it 2 or 3 times and you just kind of figure it out or say, it's nothing. This is a deck you've got to practice with quite a bit. And after last night, I felt like I was doing some good with it. Maybe I should like stream just me not talking, just playing and listening to music in the background. Let me know your thoughts. Definitely let me know if you care to watch these games where I could have played better or some decisions I could have made that were a little different, even in the one game that I won. Appreciate you watching. Thanks, and we'll do this again soon. Take care.